Hey guys, so my hair's green. It's a lot lighter than I anticipated, but I'll probably dye it dark blue, more like this, in a couple of weeks. And also, happy Canada Day. I'm wearing my Whistler shirt, which you can't really see. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the summer reading list that I've been working on because I think that's an important thing for me to touch base on for last week's video or the other week when I kind of briefly mentioned that this was a video that I'm working on. Slash, it's really what I'm using my blog for, is a lot of comic book reviews. So if you follow me on my blog, the link is down in the doobly-doo, but it's probably also right here. Check it out. I've done at least 2 a week, except for this week, and basically it's a lot of the comic books I've read so far, and a lot of the ones off the list. The list continuously grows. There are currently 70 books, and by books I mean the trade paperbacks. I have read individual issues, but sometimes it's easier to collect the trade paperbacks. So basically, the ramifications for being on this summer reading list as a comic book is that it must either be written by a woman, or drawn by a woman, or the characters are all women. And that's definitely led to a lot of interesting finds, and I'm really not complaining. I'm not necessarily sure what I'm going to do with all this information, but I think at some point I'll do some really long dissection about what the different characters are like based on who their writers are. But so far I've had a lot of new faves, and I'll probably do a video. Maybe I should just potentially do videos on just my new favorite characters and do one new favorite character a week, because maybe that's a good way to talk about some of the great comics that I've found. But to preemptively do that, some of my new faves are Miss America Chavez, which I first encountered in Young Avengers, but I didn't really get a good handle on her character. So I found another series that she's in called A-Force, which I actually just recently did a review for that, and that link is maybe check over here. And she's awesome. Love her so far. I'm looking forward to anything else she's going to be in. Another one is Spider-Gwen, who I have fallen in love with because I love Spider-Man, but I wanted to see a lot more diversity, and Gwen provides some of that diversity, but not necessarily all of it. I will talk about another character in a moment. Then there's Miss Marvel, which is the Kamala Khan one, and she's awesome. I love everything about her, and I just want so much more, and I'm so glad that she has her own solo series. There's also the entire team of Rat Queens. I can't really pick a favorite, but maybe I will in the future. And then there's Silk, who is Cindy Moon. And similar to Spider-Gwen, she is also somebody with spider powers, but also her origin story is very interesting and super different than anybody else. And she's kind of friends with Peter. And by friends, sometimes she's frenemies, but it kind of just depends on how she's feeling. Either way, those are some of my favorites right now, but I'm currently working through Persepolis, which is phenomenal. If you've never read it, definitely check it out. And Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly is pretty awesome. It's another book written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, who has done so many unbelievable things, including Bitch Planet. And so there's that. Anyway, check those out. I will put a link to some of those in the titles in the description in the doobly-doo down below. But let me know what you think I should do with all of this comic book information that I've now acquired, and all of these different characters that I'm now reading about, besides also in fanfiction. And I'm also following a lot of character blogs on, or fandom blogs on Tumblr. So now that's causing a lot of new comic stuff to come up in my dash, and I'm just curious what you all think I should do with all this information that I've garnered in terms of the writing and the characters and all of the different art. So let me know in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for my comic list, also put those in the comments below, because that'll just be useful information for me to continue to add to the list. Now, this list will probably not be finished by the summer. A good portion of it probably will be. But it never hurts to necessarily not have comics to add to it, so I might just keep adding to it. There's also a secondary list for next summer that is the diversity comics list, and that includes Miles Morales, Amadeus Cho as Hulk, along with Miss America Chavez, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and several other characters that I'm still kind of pulling together and throwing into this list that will look at the diversity of Marvel's comics. So, anyway, stay excellent. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye!